Hello and welcome to the I missed the name of that. What is this again? This
It's NSE.
NS thank you. That.
Mhm.
My name is Ryan, also known as Optical Drop. I am I can't talk today. I'm joined with Ari. Hi. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
Cool. Yes. Sorry, I got dragged into this last minute, so I'm still trying to learn the names of all this stuff. Um, but yeah, it does seem to be a at NSE UK Splatoon University League. That's what it is. Found it.
Yeah.
all right. We're just going to jump right into it, starting off this game. Ooh, seen Inkbrush. Shout out to Moku. Oh, and a Nautilus. Okay, don't see that every day.
Yeah, you definitely don't see a Nautilus every day. So this is WE Stags and Anarchus. They have really unique comps. You have gals, blasters, even some Dapple dualies.
Yeah. I like that maneuvering of putting the wall like halfway on like the rotation and half on, half off. That way it like does more inking essentially, which is a nice bit of value for your shield. Also helps you move up more as well. Alright, yeah. I just realized we're starting out with Turf War, aren't we?
Yeah, as I know, like Turf War, it kind of decides like what team kind of picks what.
Right. I believe, if memory serves, Turf War is a mini best-of-3 set that acts as one score in another set. Am I understanding that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would assume that would also be a best-of-3, 3 or 5.
Yeah. Turf War, usually for NSE, they do like 3 games, and it's like it counts as like one whole like set.
Yes. All right, a
And
lot
then
of
the following after that are ranked matches.
all right. A lot of very interesting placements of these subs and specials, just like putting down the soda and then immediately falling just to have enough time to be able to grab it. Very nice use of the timing with that. Getting close to the last minute left on the timer. It is looking like a very purple map at the moment.
It is. Anarchists have had a really heavy push on UWE Stags, and they are struggling really bad.
Then again, though, this is Turf War, so I would not exactly count it out just yet, especially when there's still like a considerable amount of time left. There is an attempt of a push down on the rotation in mid to go into Anarchist's base. Did not pan out so well, so much so that they even were able to proc Aura.
Yeah, they have Cooler ready, but looks like they haven't popped it yet.
Yeah,
And here come the strikes.
Yeah. 10 seconds left just to paint over as much as they possibly can. It's looking very much in favor of Anarchists right now. And it probably is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of purple.
Yeah, that... White purple. Alright. Nice game to start out with. Does look like that there are some counter picks when it comes to the Turf War section, so let's see what that ends up being. Unless the next two are just shifty stations for some reason, which, you know, in all fairness, those are Turf War maps.
I think it was the winning team decides what map they play on next.
The winning team gets the pick? That's a little one-sided.
I think so. I It's been a little bit since I commentated in NSE tournament. Oh yeah. Oh, it's loser's pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Alright, yeah. So here is the available map list at the moment. Some nice classics right there. Mako Mart. Manta Maria. That's a nice one to see. You don't really get to, or at least I don't get to see like Tower Rainmaker on that one too often. Humpback represent. Let's go. Yeah, my local land can learn a thing or two from that, considering that they love bluefin zones, but there's not a single bluefin in sight. Very nice to see, personally. All right. Speaking of interesting maps, we will be moving on to the, was it Marlin Airport? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of like downloaded ingrain all of the lesser used ones. So it's just like I think it's called that, and I just like run with it.
Yeah. I do that too sometimes. I'll like forget maps. Especially like newer ones. I will forget them and it takes me a little bit to remember them.
Right, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's that map.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, pretend I know what's going on.
Honestly,
that was my thing with
yeah.
What was it called? No, I can't remember it. This is what I'm talking about. It was one of the newer maps that came with Marlin Airport.
I don't remember. I don't remember what came with what.
Either.
Well, we're gonna be moving on to said airport now. Oh, we got the wellstring out now too. Okay.
Oh, right. Looks like Anarchist kept the same comp for weapons.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Mostly seem
changed it because they didn't have an end zap before. I'm just now realizing that.
Yeah, speaking of which, that call for the soda comes out immediately. Unfortunately, the brush is one weakness, a barrier. Stopping in his tracks. Now that's the gal throwing out a bunch of waves and calling in for more teammates. Yep, gives them enough opportunity to try and swarm UWE's defenses so easily. Taking out that hammer before it could get thrown. Very nice play there. Really good jump out of the corner. If that was me, 9 times out of 10 I would have fell.
Oh yeah, no, I would have definitely fell. Forget to hit B and I'm just like, ooh, I fell off the ledge.
Yeah. Oh!
The brush from behind.
The brush gets its revenge, finally being able to maneuver around the wall to be able to get the juicy center. That wellspring fighting for its life to not die, only to then die, as is tradition for things that try not to die.
We have a dually fight between the Gal and the Gal 1.
Yeah. More soda coming out. Yeah, they both have NZAPs. They both got those short range coolers. It's nice to see that that's like now an actual option rather than like, you know, a thing people pick when someone's bored of pencil.
Yeah, you'll definitely see a lot of cooler weapons in case someone gets tired of the pencil.
Yeah. Only 50 seconds left to try and get some bit of orange around. That was an attempted escape from the brush. Unfortunately, they just kind of got ganged up on. Ooh! Really close to getting rid of the hammer. The hammer coming down and banning them out of chat. And we're able to throw just before going down. Unfortunately, that Nautilus is proccing its aura over and over again, and it is not giving Stags any chance to try and come back with anything anytime soon. It is going to be a desperate attempt to try and get some level of orange onto this map, but it is very much not looking like the case. Finally, the Nautilus going down, an attempt to try and shoot around as much as possible, but Stags just... Actually, it might be a little closer than I thought, but yeah, no, it is just not even close. Well, no.
The Nautilus was insane.
That Nautilus was crazy near the end, yeah.
I know.
Just aura after aura after aura procking. Yeah, so this
just aura farming.
Exactly! That means that this mini set will be going to Anarchists. I hope we are pronouncing that right.
Yes.
And now we can move on to more of the ranked modes. It does okay, so it does seem to be a best of 5. And it does appear that there will be more counter picks. Next up, we have a zones counter pick. Zones, I feel like, would be especially good for something like Nautilus, considering that it has proven to have, in this match, really, really decent painting output. And if what that last section was anything to go by, is not a slouch when it comes to taking names either.
It definitely isn't. There are like a few interesting maps they could pick, considering.
Yeah. Any that you would think of?
I feel like an interesting map we could put is like one with like double zones.
That could fracture them enough to be able to make some sort of comp, I guess. So something on like Umami.
Yeah, like Umami. So like Manta I don't think Manta had zones as a pick though.
I looked. Manta only has like tower and range, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like actually, I don't even know. I don't know if Undertow Spillway is on here, but like that's also an option.
Oh yeah, that is.
Okay,
if they're going Robo Zone.
Yeah, Robo Ramen, very nice and safe pick. Really good map. Fan favorite out of this game at least. So yeah, I can understand why that one was picked.
Yeah.
That or they're just really hungry and want to get some lunch.
I feel like most notable for Robo on any mode or just in Turf War in general, you have to also consider the underneath passage.
Right, yeah.
With the map. Because if you're not paying attention to it, someone could sneak up on you and get you from behind when you're not looking.
Right, yeah. Honestly, being able to, use those lower hallways, for lack of a better way to put it, to be able to, move around the enemies, get up from behind them, that's going to be something I expect the Brush to have complete and total advantage of if they really want to go for the sneak attacks. Yeah, otherwise, I could also see, I could also see if they go for more long-range options. There's their obvious sniper position near base that could really benefit from something like that. And now we will be starting this one.
Oh, they have a Blob Lobber now.
Yeah, Blob Lobber's nice. Yeah, like the bow, for example, would be a really good use for that. Interesting, they also have Wiper and Dynamo on Anarchists. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I just noticed they changed Tri-Stringers.
Yeah, they went from Wellstring to Tri-String. Probably because they want to get something like a little more focused on spread in general. Or no, so Wellstring's on spread. I just meant like something more, like, I guess, focused on like being able to like not have to hold down as long with something, whatever. Honestly, my whole shtick is just pretending I know how weapons work and waiting until someone points me out that I'm wrong. It's like what we were talking about earlier. We'll just bluff it until you're outed as a fake fan. Yeah, that is a succinctly very purple holding zone right there. Less than 30 on that timer. Now it's really going down. That rain attempting to try and ink some of it. It got rid of the sprinkler, but that was really it. Chumps coming down to try and push things more into their favor, and it seemed to have worked. Now, with the soda coming out from that Dynamo, it's going to be a little bit more aggressive on the side of Anarchist, but Stags showing that they aren't just a mere pushover simply because they got a little rocked in the turf war. Now they have the chance to make up for lost time, but having lost the zone back to Anarchists, it is going to be a bit of an uphill struggle for them in that regard.
With the rain pushing them back and the teams on all the different sides, here comes the Reefsider hoping to get the zone, unfortunately failing. They popped out rain now.
Yeah. Clocking down on that penalty, it is looking very, very likely that Anarchists will be taking this away. But there is a lot of orange attempting to go onto that zone, and with more and more of a struggle happening there, it is... Oh! That might be the difference maker, actually. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a nicely timed wipeout near the end that always succinctly secures victory.
They did have zone for a little good amount of time until Anarchists took the aggression and pushed back.
Yeah, this does put Anarchists in a match point position where they just need to win this next game or any of the next games in order to be able to move on in this tournament. We can now look at the map list again. They don't have undertow zones. Okay.
Looks like they have Forge.
Let's see. No, yeah, I think yeah, Umami is the only 2-zone map they got.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going for Rainmaker Manta. Rainmaker on Manta Maria it's definitely like one of the more interesting maps because you have the top part. So if you're not paying attention to it, they can kind of just run past you from above while you're underneath.
Yeah, the thing with the 2 checks is that you have the one that's like the more straightforward, easier to go for path, but that just leads you like more like nestled in to get like targeted by the opposition. Meanwhile, the more risky option is to like jump over a bottomless pit, but that requires you to jump over a bottomless pit, and you know, performance anxiety is a thing that exists.
Yes.
But yeah, I do think the map is fine, if very snowball-y, but otherwise, like, it could be pretty fun under the right circumstances. Now, whether or not the stringer will be able to take advantage of popping the shield reliably is going to also contest with the opponent's sword also doing the same. So whoever has like shield advantage is kind of up in the air in my opinion, although like considering that the sword has to get up close to get the most out of it, probably the team with the bow, maybe. But even still, like, popping it doesn't necessarily indicate whether or not that team is the one who's able to push with it, so
Even then, it also comes down to who's taking Rainmaker. Because considerably, like, sometimes they'll try and lean more towards backliners taking it. they could lean also towards frontliners taking it.
Right, yeah. Now we will be starting, and yep, the seawell is back. Or is that just regular well? The well string. Yeah, it's regular well string. I don't know why I
It
said.
looks like Anarchist kept their comp pretty much the same.
Yeah, everything's pretty much the same. Wait, they got two bows. Wait, there's a reflux.
Oh, they do? Oh.
Yeah, that's a
That's
reflux.
definitely gonna be interesting.
I
Because
mean,
with two Welsh strings now.
I'm not too familiar with the object damage off of reflux, but I would imagine it's probably not as good as like try or well, just because they don't also have the lingering arrows with their own damage. Oh wow, that's just a wipeout. It's just a wipeout. Wait, okay, Ericus may just be making a straightforward run for the zone. Oh, they got a little bit too cornered right behind that big pole at the middle. This unfortunately did not matter because they still go for the goal.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Anarchists for a 3-0 victory in this set.
Yeah. That was a very short-lived Rainmaker match.
Some of the most hyped ones tend to be that way. You do not know true thrill until you, like, play Splatoon 2, grab Rainmaker as soon as you're able, make a beeline for the goal, and then end the game in, like, less than, like, a minute. Like, less than half a minute, even.
Yes, I've done that countless times. Even in the current one, I've done that countless times. I grabbed the Rainmaker and I just flat out beelined it.
Like, they never expect you to actually just run. So when you do, it's like, oh, I get away with it. But
Yes.
yeah, again, congratulations to them. With that set being finished, I would assume we are going to be taking a short break fairly soon, but not before a nice little instant replay right here. Nice use of strikes at the very end just to clean up right after having secured a lot of the map for themselves during turf, and just clearing out any excess room for doubt. Then once Splat Zones was around, it was just a matter of whether or not Stags were able to flip it before it got a little too out of control. This was probably the closest they got to taking a game off of Anarchists at any point during the set. They were just really, really well coordinated here.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the insane Nautilus just going ballistic on those kills during Turf War.
Yeah. It just really shows that Anarchist had like a lot of proper understanding of positioning and just overall like communication between each other to like coordinate who does what and where to go for like how far and what have you. But yeah, really well formulated combat we saw right here. And not to say anything less of Stags. Stags put up a really good fight. It wouldn't have been as entertaining if not for them doing their best. Like again, although like the 3-0 was pretty devastating, they put up like a really admirable effort, all things considered. And with that being said, we will be taking a short break before moving on to the next game, so stay tuned for that.
And we are back. So this time we're gonna be looking at some new teams. We're still doing the best of 5, I believe.
Yes, it's gonna be the same format that we saw before, where we start with a mini set of turf war, excuse me, but then move on to the other ranked modes afterwards. These teams are interesting because, as we see here, we have the Glasgow Glowflies and Section 8. Now, something you might notice by looking here at the Glowflies is that their university mascot is the Grizzlies. So, by all accounts, we can confidently say that the Glasgow Glowflies are in some way indirectly sponsored by Mr. Grizz and therefore Grizz Industries.
So Glowflies brought to you by Grisco.
Yeah, take of that as you will. I am merely an impartial fence sitter when it comes to that sort of thing, but by all means, there's the information there for you to make that conclusion about with.
And it looks like we're starting out Turf War on Humpback.
Yes, I am very happy to see Humpback on this map list, even if it is on a turf war map. And no disregard to turf war, but I absolutely love it in stuff like zones anyway, so it just fits. Speaking of painting, do I see an arrow spray on that team?
Yes, you do.
Oh, let's go. Represent. Let's go, bro. All
Section
right.
8, they have double splashdown.
Oh, ooh, they do, yeah. From that, I believe it's the...
And Perry and Custom Blaster.
Yeah, I was gonna say the CRB and the dualies. Yeah. And the gold dynamo gives them chumps, right? Or is that... Yeah.
Yeah, it gives chumps.
So that is a lot of heavily painting specials that they got at their disposal. Dynamo is a deceptively really good painting weapon, especially considering the buff that it got in that more recent patch that gave... Well, I say recent, but like the patch that made it viable to begin with.
Glowflies are getting pushed heavily back. With those chumps coming out, it's just distractions against distractions with the teams pushing in on them.
Yeah. Nice bit of splashdown right there to try and get away with murder, which they absolutely did. Look at that. Just barely surviving and still finding ways to paint everywhere. It is a very, very purple-looking map. Section 8 might be giving Grisco Industries a run for their money.
And here comes that wave breaker. They look like they are actually having a good push back from their little scuffle. And here come those chumps from there.
Yeah, we got the Zuka coming out as well. Seems to be trying to dissuade Glowflies from advancing at all. But that's not going to stop this decaf from, well, attempting something.
Yep. Their arrow spray is going in from the sides. Looks like they're getting chased down.
Yeah, I mean, it is a smart idea to try and get into the enemy base to paint as much as possible, so it leads them to get away from your base, so you can paint back your spot. Something. Like, honestly, this arrow is doing really good at living. Like, it is a living machine. It is just basically, like, just alive constantly.
Despite getting chased by the splatter shot, they survived against all odds.
I could just, like, hear, like, the TF2 scout going as it's running around. All right.
Was it?
It ended up looking a lot more even than it did earlier. So it's a little hard to say, but no, no, still in favor of the 8.
Do they, do they have the same emo? Oh.
Yeah, coordinated emotes tend to be pretty popular whenever you're on camera. So yeah, I don't blame Section 8 for wanting to do that. Now, for other Turf War counter picks, we do have some other options such as Mahi, Wahoo, maybe a little Ship Shape, Robo, or Marlin if they wanted to. Uh, yeah, so what do you think the counter pick for this would be?
I honestly don't know. Considering the comps, I feel like they might go for, like, a very, like, I actually don't know what maps they might go for.
Yeah, it is very funny to say, but that arrow spray really did a lot of work to make it as less of a landslide victory as possible for the glowflies. So if anything, something that like empowers them to do like more of their job more efficiently would probably benefit them in the long run. Well, as I say that, we will be going to Mahi. Now, this does lead to a lot of favorability in terms of being able to ink late game, considering that, you know, the water level shifting, as it were, like you're out of the Ocarina of Time water dungeon or what have you. I think that's what the gimmick of that one was. I don't know. I never played it. Crucify me now, I guess. I don't know.
Definitely. Mahis don't. Especially like really like late game. When like late match. When you get that little like separated platform. You can definitely have a backliner. Just or a shard or like a slayer. Hide there. And pick off people without them actually realizing they're there.
Ooh, we got an Explosher in here now. Okay. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, the other team is pretty much exactly the same. Section 8 sticking with old reliable. Glowflies trying to switch things up a little bit. They swapped out the Blobber, and they also have a heavy edit on board, which is probably going to be very useful if they really want like some noteworthy cooler pushes. Unfortunately, Glowflies are being pushed back really hard. Hopefully that soda is going to be the difference maker in terms of them being able to push out of their own base, but they seem to be a bit chokehold at the moment.
The Aerospray is running like always, unfortunately getting picked off. Oh, and here comes that Zuka and Killer Whale.
Yeah. It really does come down to whether or not that arrow spray is able to survive trying to flank them or not. And considering the amount of paint output a weapon like that can have, it's going to need to survive for as long as possible to get as much value as possible from said flanking. But it's going to be really hard when the water level hasn't shifted yet. So maybe they got off a little too early with that. Who's to say?
Yeah, definitely. The beginning can be a little rough, but definitely the water level changing can shift things, which here it comes now.
Alright, actual tolerable map alert. Let's go.
Ooh, the guy has aura. I just noticed that.
Yeah. They got some mad procced aura right there. And a special ready to unload at the most opportune time possible. Moving around a lot, making me a little nauseous. Oh boy. But seems that now is the right time to throw out the whale. 1 minute left on that docket. It is looking surprisingly even for how much glowflies were being pushed before, and right now, honestly, they don't have the Explosher out at the moment. capable of doing any sort of discernible damage. Unfortunately, now it is the inverse, I say, as two of the inverse went down as well. It is looking very favorable for Section 8, taking out as much of the glowflies as possible. Mr. Grizz is probably rolling in his sack of eggs, just hoping that they can receive a return on investment for sponsoring such a prolific team.
Ooh,
Wow!
double takedown.
That is an insane amount of value off of that Zuka right there, and proccing the aura as one would expect it to do. Now, with the timer fully up, Glowflies getting in as much as they could. It is unfortunately looking extremely blue right there, and 8 will be taking this game as well. And the mini set giving them 1 point on the overall set. And moving on to, if we're going in the same order as before, probably zones. Yep.
I mean, Glowflies, they did have a good push when the water level dropped.
Yeah, there was a very valiant attempt at a comeback near the middle section of the game. Unfortunately, with turf war, nothing really matters until the very end. So getting a comeback in the middle does not matter unless you can maintain that momentum, and that's not exactly an easy task to accomplish if the other team is able to adapt to your plays on the fly as fast as you can.
And notably, with oh my gosh, I can't speak somehow.
Turf war.
With turf war, yes. Oh my god, I kept like almost saying zones, and it's just like we're
No,
not playing.
I get it. It's like they accomplished the same goal, so I don't blame you.
It's like the Aerospray, they were just running around the map. Running around like a little 5-year-old that you can't keep contained.
Yeah, and now with Splat Zones counter pick, it could be up to anything as to what it can be. Actually, looking at it right now, it seems like it might be Robo Ramen. I'm not. Oh, it actually
is.
It is. It is. Me when I look at the
fan favorite.
Yep. Do you eat any ramen at all?
I do.
I do occasionally, but I don't have it that often. Usually it's just like I get some like udon and just, you know, throw some water in that, let it sit, call it a day. I don't know if I've ever had any like more on the professional made side of things, but I would not be against that. Yeah, how do you prefer the noodles? You prefer them like stringy or more thick?
I prefer more stringy, yeah.
Yeah. I could go either way, but I think stringy is probably the way to go. It just like fits a lot better in the mouth, easier to chew. I can imagine like you'd prefer thick if you're like more texture sensitive or something. Or maybe you don't want it because that makes it more slimy. I don't know. I guess it depends.
Yeah. It does also come down to preferals with people.
Yeah, it's like smooth or chunky peanut butter and all that.
Oh yeah, the grand debate.
The grand debate: would you rather have $1 or $2?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a professional debate on chunky versus smooth peanut butter.
Yeah, no, I would not be. You know what? Like that needs to be the next Jubilee video. Just like one chunky truther versus like 100 smoothies. Okay, yo, wait. We
Ooh,
got the
bucket.
bucket coming out. We got the bucket coming. Oh, and we also have a cooler dynamo instead of the gold one.
Ooh, and crab tank.
Yeah,
And bubbles. Oh my gosh. Who that? Did they trade?
I think they did. And there also seems to be a decaf in the midst too. Oh yeah, no, yeah, the edit went to the crab edit as well. You're right. Oh, they both got the dynamos. They both got vanilla dynamo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is looking a lot more even than it was in the previous games right now, but it does seem more favored onto Section 8 at the moment. Once again, Wuto, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that, throwing out some nice strikes and going in with that bucket. Oh, unfortunately, they only got down to half on the Dynamo. Dynamo coming in to try and make up for that momentum that they gained. What is that, Wrestler? Interesting. Yeah. Russ coming in, trying to throw it out as much as possible. That ink, the bubbler. That bubble placement was huge. Really saving off a section of the zone for themselves, but will it be enough for them to flip? It's so close. No! Section 8 will be taking it back once again.
Oh, that double! That double down on Dynamo.
Yeah.
They definitely can take it back here. Unless I'm wrong. Ooh, that bubble. Got bubble.
Yep, there is the flip. That is going to put a halt on the Section 8 climb. That is going to give them a nice, hefty penalty while they are stuck at 10. But considering that Glowflies are all the way at 96, it's not really going to be that much of a deal if they're able to grab it back, as you've seen them do. Now, Aerospray trying to come in to grab something, I'm assuming, which I guess, you know, bit of a Booyah Bomb to try and to live, I guess. Ooh, triple splashdown, securing that zone for themselves. Russell really trying as hard as they can to grab some paint on that zone, but it just can't be done on their own when all the other members of Section 8 are there to combat it. And that is going to be another victory for 8 right there. Section 8 has been doing a lot in terms of just pushing the games in their favor. Do you believe that there is a chance for Glowflies to make a comeback from this? Because they did seem relatively even early on. It's just they seem to have a really hard time maintaining any sort of momentum they could possibly gain, and I would like to see that switch up at some point.
I do feel like they have a chance, especially with like they did have some really good bubble placements.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they could actually like farm for the bubble a lot more, if they could, like, as much as the Aerospray was going around flanking, doing its own thing, it doesn't really seem like they're that well coordinated with the rest of the group. They're just kind of like soloing the game for themselves, which can work, but in a matchup such as this, you really need to be able to work alongside your teammates and figure out how to gang up on the rest of them rather than just leaving them to the mercy of the aggro bucket or the aggro dynamo.
And especially if you're working with bubble and Aerospray together, I feel like coming from someone who does play bubble, except I do play on like baby shot, I feel like having Aerospray and this like the baby shot kind of communicating together would help, because it can lead to some good pushes if you play them both in a really good timing.
Right, yeah. It really does come to like the timing between you and the rest of your team as to when to best push. Like the bubble is a big deal, but that's not going to mean much if you can't also plan your specials around it as well. Because putting down a bubble over the zone is not going to mean much if you're not able to paint over it afterwards. Next up on the docket, we got ourselves Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge. I know a lot of people don't have the fondest opinions of this map, and quite frankly, Rainmaker on it is pretty diabolical. There is just no way to actually make it to the goal unless you're severely outclassed, or just if they get really lucky. So watch me eat my words once we see a knockout happen. I can't wait to absolutely just, like, unintentionally insult people. I love doing that. I'm completely sarcastic. Please understand I am sarcastic when I say this.
Yes.
We should be
Gorge is like bluefin zones. They're both really controversial.
Don't even mention their name in my presence. Ugh. Ugh. I know I invoked it earlier, but ugh.
Also, like Wahoo World.
Wahoo.
The top 3 controversies of Splatoon.
Listen. Wahoo has the pole, it has the timer, it has stuff going for itself. What does Bluefin have? A moving platform? Oh, cool, bro. I love having to, like, you know, not have, like, something set and stable to work with here.
Ooh, did they go Pellet and Dualies?
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, 8 once again, keeping it pretty safe and sane, but we got ourselves...
What happened?
Maybe they... Yeah.
Who did?
Yeah, I mean, they'll be back shortly.
Or they probably ended on accident.
That could be it too. I don't know if ending on accident is a thing that can happen like that, but regardless, we should be able to get back into the game relatively soon. Yeah, I mean, sometimes accidents happen and you can't really have control over it. All you can do is just start over and work from there. And we're going back into it. Alright, sweet. Yeah, I'm guessing someone brought the wrong weapon by accident. That's why we saw the tent. Or whatever Brella that was. No, they do plan on bringing it. Okay. Maybe it was just wrong gear.
Yeah. It probably was wrong gear, because the comps are looking pretty much the same. Like, no one made any mistakes with weapons.
Yeah. Alright, first pop going to Glowflies, and that's nice because they're going to need all the advantage they can get if they want to keep Section 8 from grabbing this set dub. But that's not going to stop Section 8 from still grabbing the Rainmaker. Already so close to the check, and boom goes the dynamite.
I feel like I did also notice that Glowflies has Zipcaster, which can serve to be pretty good in a Rainmaker.
True, yeah. Which one has Zip? That's not the Dualies, is it?
I believe... No, that isn't the Dualies. I think it might have been either the tent or the Splasher that has it.
I didn't... Okay, so... The
No, I think
Explosion
it's the tent that has it.
That tent? No, it has Zuka. I was gonna say, I don't think either of those weapons. Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I don't think any of those weapons get, like, Zip. I know, like, Bucket Deco gets Zip, but not the Order. Alright, so, unfortunately...
Maybe I'm schizophrenic and blind.
Nah, don't worry about it. So, Section 8 was successfully able to stop Glowflies from grabbing a check for themselves. Meanwhile, they themselves are pushing up more and more and more into the Goldfly's base and are only going to be increasing that number if they are not stopped by that tent canopy, which does not seem to be the case. That is a clean 65 right there. Just a couple extra points off the top just to make sure that, you know, if they do get checked, you know, it's not the end of the world immediately.
It looks like, from what I've noticed, Glowflies they choose to force like a Rainmaker reset in certain moments. But as seen, not right now, as they grabbed it.
Yeah.
I do notice they have, the first time they had their push, they reset it to get it back into the middle.
Yeah, they might be waiting to like let that Rainmaker reset rather than grab it, but unfortunately that just led Section 8 to grab it for themselves. Now, with Rainmaker in tow, they're just constantly running around some small bit of protection from the check.
Double.
But that won't be enough to save them from Glowflies' comeback run. Check this out. We got this Reef Slider on standby. Just wait and see. That's gonna... Yep! What I say! Didn't even need it. Zuka coming out. Oh, just barely got some hits on some people, and they're just waiting to try and grab someone else. Did not end up getting anyone, but it did push them back enough to stay away from said Rainmaker. Now, Rainmaker being popped by Section 8 will give them the opportunity to go and push back into Glowflies.
Zuka is definitely good for trying to get picks or pushing people back. So you have them kind of in a tight spot.
Wow.
And it
Or
looks
proccing
like
the kills
Rainmaker.
Rainmaker. Ooh. Yeah, it is not looking good for Glowflies right now. With only less than 40 seconds left, they have a monstrous task ahead of them. Get past check, and then also get far enough to surpass 55. That's not a lot of time to do that, but never say never. There's still one last opportunity to push. 15 seconds left on that clock. Reef Slider coming out on Glowflies to try and get rid of that Dynamo. Dynamo ended up trading!
Ooh,
and a wipeout is most definitely going to be securing that. And with some strikes and some running back for insurance purposes, though probably a little unnecessary, that will secure victory for Section 8.
Yeah, it was probably just a last second, like, kind of like grab it and just hold on to it kind of thing.
Grisco in shambles. All my eggs gone! Yeah, but congratulations to Section 8. And good on you, Glowflies, for doing as good as you did. You definitely did give them a run for their money at certain points. Like, this zone was actually, like, really well contested for a very long time. It just really... It is crazy how close they were to flipping it multiple times. They just really could not find the means to be able to outpaint them. It was very fascinating. Especially considering they had an arrow spray on their team. Like, you would think that would have been a no-brainer to be able to do, but I guess it just wasn't in the cards for them at the moment. Yeah, and, you know, considering they were, like, able to get to check at the Rainmaker, like, relatively close, like, there were moments where they were relatively close to being able to push more, but, again, just was not enough for whatever reason.
Definitely. I feel like they did have good moments with their pushes, but it can also come down to the coordination of some of them.
Right, yeah. Well, as they move on, we will be taking a short break before we move on to our next set. So stay tuned for that, and we will be back shortly. Hello and welcome back to the NSE UK Splatoon University League. Now we have Section 8 versus Anarchists. This is going to be interesting. These two teams were able to steamroll their way into the position that they are in right now, going 3-0 in both their respective sets, now being pinned up against each other head to head to see which one of them are truly the most steamrolliest of them all.
I definitely do feel like there are going to be really close games with Section 8 and Anarchist, considering how they both perform.
Yeah, I also got a little distracted with the music in the background. Is that Neon White OST I hear? That, bass, shout out to Machine Girl. No, but for real, these two teams are like already really good, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do. We're going to be starting with Turf War on Humpback Pump Track, and we're going to be starting the game now, it seems. Yes. All right. Very standard picks from the team so far, from what we've seen of them before. Very interesting to see the Wiper right there on Anarchists. Very interested to see how they utilize that one.
And once again, Section 8 coming out with that double whammy splashdown.
Yeah. Nice bit of chumps to be thrown out by that gold dynamo already. As we see here, we got the Wiper readying their hammer any moment now. They just have to get around being seen, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna say, hammer can be like a really good time special.
Yeah. That was a nice use of the shield from Umbrella right there to survive the triple splashdown. I'm not jealous at all with my one-trick undercover tutelage, seeing that and like, oh, that would have just eviscerated like my entire defenses in the first hit. That's cool.
Hey, look. Yeah, this is definitely looking to be a really intense turf war match. It's looking a little bit more blue than yellow.
I was gonna say it looks a little bit more yellow than blue. Well, is it blue or purple? I've always seen it as a type of purple. I guess maybe indigo, maybe like somewhere between an indigo and a violet.
Well, it looks like Anarchist has the push right now.
Nice
and
aura.
Someone has aura.
Yeah. Alright, yep. Now, very, I'll just say it, indigo-looking map at the moment, but that's not going to stop Anarchists from getting around mid and handling these side sections that are being uncontested at the moment. Very nice use of that. Dynamo trying it desperately to get as much over to their the opposing base as possible. Morella trying to combat that as much as possible. Soda coming out for Anarchists to try and push as much as they possibly can, maybe going into Section 8 base if they could, but they still don't have that much of a reasonable opening. Nice bit from that Wiper to... Wait, was it the... No, it wasn't the Wiper. Who had the Zuka? I think it was a Splatter Shot.
It was the Zuka.
I think that was a Splatter Shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. I'm just getting confused who's on what team at this point.
Blaster.
Who's on first?
This honestly looks really close.
This is very even. I really don't know who it could be. Maybe Indigo? No! It goes to... Wait, who was what color? Was that Anarchists?
I think so, yeah.
I already forgot. I rely on the UI way too much.
Oh, it was Section 8.
Well,
Or it could have been Anarchist, and I'm just... looking at.
Anarchists were the ones given the point, so I would assume it was them.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I'll just look for the logo on the map.
Yeah, honestly, same. All right. That was a very nice and clean
Mhm.
first game of turf. Yeah,
But yeah,
anarchists were the ones to
Anarchist.
win first. So now with the momentum set, the teams look very even, all things considered. I'm very excited to see like if they're able to keep that momentum going into
Mhm.
this second game of this mini set for Turf War. Um, what kind of what do you think we can expect from a counter pick here?
Mhm. A counter pick?
Yeah, well, here are the maps.
I'd probably honestly expect probably either I feel like something kind of like shifty, like either ship shape or maybe
I'm looking at.
mahi mahi
I was
or
gonna say,
marlin.
yeah, we got Marlin. Yeah, I was looking over at the streamer's gameplay, and yep, it is Marlin. Uh, yeah, that is a. I mean, that is a shifty stage, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think that it definitely gives way for a lot of room for Dynamo to take advantage of, but at the same time, like I could definitely see a lot of like flanking around from the Wiper if they choose to stick with Wiper.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of edges for Blaster to take advantage of as well. I don't know. Your thoughts?
Definitely a lot of different weapons can take advantage of certain spots. Like you mentioned Wiper and Dynamo. As well as brushes too, like the ink brush or octo brush.
Yeah, we should be starting the game just about now. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's
And
see
it
what
looks
we
like
got here. Yeah, look. I mean, that's. Did they have 10 attack last time, or was that like the? No, it was
mm-mm.
the super one. So not. Yeah, this one strikes. Okay, yeah, yeah. They busted out the Nautilus. Otherwise, like, yeah, it's looking pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
I
of
think
focus on.
they did
Sorry.
have Ventap before.
Yeah, no, they're trying to go for that short range cooler option in order to make room for Nautilus, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Yeah, a lot of focus on trying to get into your, like, ink your own base before moving on. Remember, please, ink your base if you're doing Turf War. Like, it is a
Mm-hmm.
lot more important than you think it is. Wow, that
It
is,
can contribute a lot of points.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a pretty big push for Section 8 right there. Just taking
Mm-hmm.
out. Wait, was it Section 8 or I forgot who got who. Well, either way, the whale it's going too fast.
It is going by really
Glache?
fast. It's like
Did I say that? Glache? Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, just getting like
aura farming.
a double off that, getting like a nice hefty amount of ore right there. Gonna last them for a good 30 seconds unless they can get another assist at the very least. Nice use of that blaster, backing out, really smart bit of jumping out right
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah, like Section 8 has like a lot of the map just like kind of scored down in their favor. Nice use of the splash down, try to get it out of harm's way. Unfortunately, dodge rolls will be your worst enemy if you cannot follow through with those roll-ups. Fruit by the foot,
Mm-hmm.
or gushers.
It's just massacres left and right. And pushes, and it looks like Anarchist is making their comeback again.
Yeah,
If someone got Aura, I heard it.
Yeah, I heard that too. 40 seconds left. It's now in the favor of anarchists who have just made everything so teal. But that's not going to stop a nice splashdown from trying to take out that Nautilus, putting things back into their favor. Dynamo doing a lot of heavy lifting to paint things in mid. Some strikes coming out and some chumps to follow up with. It's a lot of coordination between these two teams to really keep this map painted.
Oh, that Dynamo pick was really good. They got taken off by Brella. It does look like Anarchist will take the game.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. It's pretty even. Anarchist could be taking it, but I don't know. Wait, what am I saying? No, that is... Yeah, no, that's Anarchists. Yeah, okay. That angle did not do it justice.
And even then, like, in the end, Anarchist put them in the danger zone, so...
Yeah, so that means this mini set will be going to Anarchists, giving them 1 point towards the rest of this set. Going into Splat Zones now. Section 8, despite looking very even, has had a hard time keeping up with the rest of Anarchists in order to push for any reasonable amount of staying power. Now, there was a lot of back and forth on who had control over the map, but this does lead Section 8 into a bit of an awkward position where if they can hold on to a degree, that's one thing, but if they can't hold on for a considerable amount of time, then they're just kind of like, it's not going to work out for them.
And it's also, with this, there are definitely some notable maps they can pick. I feel like it would kind of be interesting if we see a double zone map. Or unless we go with the fan favorite Robo Ramen again. Or we're going with Hagglefish.
Yeah, Hagglefish is a safe bet. A very fan favorite map stage mode combo. I really personally I like this map for like a lot of different modes. I do enjoy tower control on it personally, but that's because I like playing tower control on all the good maps that have it. Yeah, I mentioned I like One Trick Thunder, and one thing to know about that is that mode was like that weapon was built with that mode in mind, because it just, you push your enemies off the tower, you put mines on it, you just act very defensively, like surprisingly difficult. Surprisingly difficult to out, but you know, you can only do so much as a Thunder, so you know. I know in I believe in Salmon Run they have like a term for like the one responsible for putting all of the eggs into the basket. They call that the egg princess. I like to imagine myself as the tower princess. I just have complete control over the tower. Call me Rapunzel or something. I don't know.
Rapunzel.
Yeah. Just locked away in that tower. But yeah, we're not dealing with tower. We're dealing with zones, and zone on Hagglefish is also pretty good with that big stack it's got in the middle, keeping things from being like too heavily like one-sided in terms of just like a straight narrow hallway. Just like gives you some cover while like trying to fight like short range on short range action when you contest for the zone.
And definitely considering you have like those two platforms near base, so if you have like a long range backline weapon, you can hide there at some points during the game.
All right. Very standard comp we're seeing from both these teams right now. They both have a splatter shot, one vanilla, one 10 attack, so that should be interesting.
And Anarchist does also have vanilla slosher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got ourselves a nice bit of a lead for Section 8 very early on. Those strikes are going to be taking out a lot of members. The hammer following up with that as well. The strikes coming out to save the zone from oblivion. And some soda just to, like, cap it off with. Section 8 has, like, a really strong lockout right now, but that's not going to stop Anarchist from throwing out some strikes to flip that zone in their favor now, too. But only for
a really good splashdown just to cap the zone instantly. Section 8 has a really huge lead right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of strikes coming out from both teams at the moment. Bubbler also coming out to try and secure a bit of a more defensive maneuvering, which, you know, all fairness, true. Some more soda coming out to let them be a little more reckless. Now they've gone past their penalty. They are continuing to count down. They are now officially over halfway done with their counter. And with a hammer and Zuka coming out, that's going to be put to a screeching halt as Anarchists take control of the zone once again.
That was definitely like a really good push from Section 8, and Anarchist taking it back with a really good push as well, forcing Section 8 back close into their base.
Yeah. Still, what was I? Just wow. Taking some nice names with the splatter shot right there. Tenatech coming in clutch. Now they got their strikes ready. They just need to wait to regroup with their team so that they can make for a very effective push. And with so much of Team Anarchist trying to push into the enemy territory, and like after getting so far into the lead, they're forcing the strikes out to make any sort of momentum go for them. 3 seconds left on that timer, and that's gonna be another game to Anarchists. Section 8 was so close there. It was such a hard lockout near the end. That's what it really comes down to. Anarchists are really, really good at keeping momentum once they grab it. And once they do grab it, it is just like near the end of this game or whatever game they happen to be winning, it just they just don't let up. Like Section 8 have to be able to find some way to adapt on the pushback. Otherwise, Anarchists are going to go 3-0 once again.
Considering, depending on what they pick for Rainmaker for this counter pick, they could go for different maps. They could... The most risk... Like, the one I would definitely be most interested in seeing is Crab Leg. Considering the risky route and the safe route you can take with the Rainmaker checkpoints. But it looks like they're going Scourge.
Yeah. I guess that is like the Rainmaker map of preference. Actually, no. If it was like a counter pick, that was for the other team. Yeah, no. Either way, like I can understand wanting to pick a map like this because it gives them an ample amount of time to be able to get a comeback if they start going into a bit of a slump. So, considering how difficult it is to knock out on this map, so giving them the maximum amount of time might be what they need in order to be able to push for as long and hard as possible.
And even if Section 8 is able to push this set into their favor, we might actually be able to see a little bit of Clam Blitz action.
That'd be nice, seeing something other than turf zones and rain. That'd be cool.
And if they win, and if they do push it into, like, kind of like Well, if they do push it, it would be really interesting to see. Also, a tower control match.
Yeah. We should be starting relatively soon. Like they're all set up. We're just waiting on I think like one person in particular just getting their set together. But yeah, we are really close to seeing like either this set conclude or the longest set we've had all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we should be starting just about now, though. Right. Let's see if there's any noteworthy changes to the weapons. No, they got Nahus. They do got their wiper on them. And looking as clean as ever as well. Okay. That was section 8. I'm a fake fan.
They did bring out a splashdown, so it should be really interesting to see how they're gonna play it on this map.
An aura proc already? Bro, it was like barely 20 seconds. Oh wow.
Oh wow. Already pushing.
Yeah, Section 8 not playing around. They do not want this set to end just yet, going straight for check so early on, and they still keep pushing. Look at that. Going into the sub-60 range with that. Nice maneuvering, patient gameplay, forcing out strikes only to then get taken out by the Dynamo.
That was a really heavy push so early into the match.
Yeah. Perhaps their strategy of being able to wait it out for as long as possible might be counterintuitive, because this now gives anarchists, God, spelling is throwing me off. It gives them the opportunity to have as much time as possible to come back as well. So now with Rainmaker's reset and properly popped by them, this gives them the perfect opportunity to throw out strikes and go for a massive push, but it did not look like they had the opportunity to actually go through with that. I guess Trump cut someone, I guess. Either that or a bomb.
That was a good stamp throw.
Yeah. Fortunately, going down to the Wiper. Wiper trying to help their teammate pop that shield as much as possible. Now they have the perfect opportunity to go in. Wait, what happened?
Good Rainmaker. Not Rainmaker. It was Inkstorm placement.
I don't know if you saw that the Umbrella player just stopped moving. Like, did the controller die or something?
That would be like the worst thing to happen in the middle of a tournament.
I've had that happen. Oh no! Oh, they got a wipe out?
Ooh, I had 6! It would have been even crazier at 1. Ooh, Rainmaker popped death.
Yeah, that was quite the push. Wow, only...
That was a really insane push.
Oh, and it's still going.
Yep.
Well then.
Now Green tried their best to defend that 6.
That was a really insane push from anarchists.
What an incredible comeback. I don't know how much of that was like I did notice with the Umbrella player like getting frozen over there. I don't know how much of that was in part of that, but regardless, the fact that they were able to come back so hard, so quickly was very impressive, I gotta say. And with that, Anarchist will be moving forward, having completed this set. It is another 3-0.
They had some really close games between all of the matches. With Turf War, the games being really close. Splatzones, the games being really close. And with Rainmaker being just the most insane match for Anarchist to take back with that heavy push.
Yeah. I was going to, like, I got completely distracted from how insane of just, like, the push they had was. Like, I was going to say, like, I've had moments where, like, my controller disconnected. I had to, like, my setup's downstairs. I had to run upstairs to grab the charger, run back down, mid-game, plug it in, and continue playing, and I'm pretty sure I still somehow won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stuff like that just happens sometimes.
Yeah. I've had moments where my controller would just, like, die, and I'm just like, oh, like, oh, geez, and I'll, like, try to hope my team will hold it down.
Yeah.
Or just somehow manage to accidentally start my match with my controller upside down.
But yeah, congratulations to Anarchists for a wonderful double sweep from what we've seen, at least. And yeah, I think that should be it for this stream. I think, yeah. So, you know, at least for like today and all that. So before we head out, you have anything you want to promote?
Not really, no.
No?
There were, yeah.
No, like, social media or anything?
Oh, social media.
Yeah.
Not really. Unless you want to go find me, just lurking around and talking about some really funny topics on Blue Sky.
Right, yeah. You can find me on Blue Sky, Optical Drop as well. I'm also on YouTube. I just recently had a... I had TO'd a really fun gimmick tournament, the VOD of which is currently up. In case you missed it, you can catch all of it in its glory right there. I plan on making a super cut of it eventually, so look forward to that. But yeah, that should be it for us. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all next time.